Hi guys, welcome to another video. Market has had a very good bounce overall, still looks very good, especially in the hourly time frames. Things are certainly looking very good, but obviously our targets still remain where they stand, so we can't really change that much because we need to have the lower high that we talked about yesterday as well. So certainly things are moving towards that. There's a lot of news about Terra, there's a lot of news about CZ, Vitalik Buterin, Polygon CEO, everybody's kind of chipping in their bits and pieces into what has happened with USD and Terra ecosystem. Overall, things do look very bearish. The first thing we're going to look into is the hourly trend. Looks very good. Cypher has been telling us that we're going to come into the ranges of 30,300, especially on the 4-hour candles. We have certainly reached that. We have also picked up about 3,500. Things are looking good, but overall, we have seen in the previous history as well. Once we do come up, then we have some kind of a higher low positioning coming into place on the charts. We did have our line yesterday around here, but we moved the line as we are still making a very good price structure. We're still above the previous lows, so that's why we have to change our line, and things are looking very good. Range to reclaim still remains about 32,000, about there, just not much difference to go about. Obviously it's Bitcoin. If that volatility comes in, it can also happen on a 5-minute candle. Volume is certainly gone, especially in the 4 hours. That's something to look out for. We need some kind of good volume to be backing what's happening in the market. That could really play into the puzzle we're trying to fix right now. Next up, we have DXY. DXY on the 4-hourly still range bound, is coming back to the previous support, which is about at 104. So now we must be building some kind of support here. We can see some kind of green candles coming around right now, with that could give an upside after the support is successfully built, or likely we might dump to the next zone. But looks like, in my opinion, we might just head higher because inflation is pretty much everywhere in the markets right now. USDT certainly looks on the 4-hourly has broken the trend of an upside, is coming down right now. Whenever it comes down, the market goes up, so we can clearly see the market is having some early bounce while we're seeing a dump coming into USDT's dominance. Really have to watch out USDT's dominance, others dominance, ETH's dominance, and Bitcoin's dominance, because that's the relationship that's going to figure out everything for us and fix the puzzle when that big upside is coming in the market. Bitcoin's dominance certainly looks very good, especially on the daily time frames, have waked into the zones that I really wanted us to touch. Overall, we are still in this zone of about 44% to 45%, just trading in between. We would ideally want to break above, but even reaching 45 in a market like this still looks very good for now. ETH's dominance has been just sideways in a range. We've been range bound for some time now, trading between 18-20%. We would certainly want this to come high as well, so we can see some kind of accumulation happening in ETH. But overall, it still looks very good, and the market still looks pretty healthy, like the way we would want it to have. Let's get into the bubbles. Bubbles on the hourly time frame look pretty good right now, having good bounce. APE is about 5.5%. ETH has also shown about 1.6% upside. Mina is up about 3.9%. So overall, they all look very good, especially in the hourly time frames. Let's move into the daily time frames so we can look into it in more detail. Luna is down about 28.6%. USD same after the news came out. Obviously, the FUD came back into the ecosystem, and we can certainly see that in the bubbles. AI is trading about at 9.2% right now. Did have that big upside that we saw yesterday and has come back to make a higher low at $15. Overall, still looks good. In an hourly is up about 2%, reaching about $16 at this moment. Things are looking good for AR. Overall, XCC is up about 8.7%. Atom is also down about 4.7%. Rune is down about 5.4%. So like we've said, altcoins right now in the market certainly don't look very appealing. So just have to be very careful and hope all this part doesn't get larger and the market sees a massive dump coming into the altcoins, because we have certainly showed and told you guys plenty of times that we are in this cycle. We would ideally want to get into this cycle very soon. That's where the Bitcoin's dominance will go up. BTC will lateralize, become sideways. All prices will lateralize. That would be our accumulation phase. If we do get into that, the next up is going to be the massive party. That is our alt season. We are definitely going to be looking into that alt season, but right now we do remain in this zone where the market is dumping. Bitcoin price is still pretty much down. We haven't really changed the range the past 7 days. We would ideally want to see some kind of big move to be coming, so it becomes very decisive for everybody in the market. Let's get into our extreme fear. We are at 8. We haven't had 8 in some time. 8 came probably somewhere last year. We haven't had 8 for some time now, and today we're certainly at 8 levels. So things are looking a lot FUD and fear right now in the markets. So we are in that extreme fear. Yesterday we were at 14. We did see that good bounce, bringing us there, but today we have landed into 8%. Long and short ratio, global data 53.14% long positions in 24 hours, 55.26% in long positions, while 44.74% people are in short positions on the hourlies. Long and short ratio block trades 51.27% in long positions in 24 hours, 49.91% in long positions in 1 hour against the 50.09% in short positions. Pretty even Stevenson market right now. Just we can see a bit upside coming here about 55, which is a good number to have. Overall BTC, its market sentiment remains neutral. Funding rate is in negative in BTC. It still looks okay, but it's on a higher side, so we really want to come back into ranges of 0.0100%. That's like the best balanced out place we would ideally want to see in this market. Next up, one of my favorite things, newly listed. So newly listed, we're gonna be having a new player coming very soon in about a day and 7 hours, which is gonna be Market Making Pro. So what is exactly Market Making Pro? Is a B2B SaaS one-stop solution for market making on the crypto, SEX and DEX exchange, a farming platform and a launchpad with an opportunity of getting the shares of the companies through the sales we host using NFT ticket system. Looks very interesting. Certainly the project has some kind of utility, and that utility is extraordinary. That's the CEO and the co-founder, so things are looking very good about this project. And this same project is in progress in startup right now on gate.io startup blockchain project discounts. Would be a very good chance to get into them and make some kind of big bucks that we usually like to see in the startup coins. So you have to click in the link given in the description below, join gate.io or use my referral code, and you can get airdrops or rewards worth about 50% of your deposit money. Next up, we really need to look into the news, because news is making some massive headlines right now. Just in Coinbase is testing a new app browser allowing users to access Ethereum based dApps with ease. It really looks good. I did read it about it and also checked it out myself. Things are looking very good. Coinbase also have made those NFTs which kind of replicate Instagram, but still something is better than nothing. Next up, we have to look into the next news, which is Portugal has just changed their stance. It was a crypto tax-free haven, but now they don't want to have that anymore. Portugal confirms that the country will be taxing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's good, but still is bad. So whichever side you are, it looks good to you. I ideally would want to pay taxes on whatever I'm holding, so it helps my government or my country as well. Vitalik has spoken strongly, so he strongly supports this coordinated sympathy and relief for the average USD smallholder who got told something dumb about 20% interest rates on the US dollar by influencer, personal responsibility and SYL for the wealthy. So he's not really happy about it. A lot of people right now are trying to talk about and convince the Terra Foundation to at least give some kind of relief to the small holders, because they seem to be just wiped out in the market. Nobody want to discuss about them, and also sideline them pretty heavily. Next up, the biggest news we even shared with you guys yesterday is there were 44 countries in El Salvador discussing Bitcoin. Bitcoin is good for the world. Certainly the picture looks epic. This is something we waited, like myself, a bull, waited years for a picture like this to come out, where the governments, institutions and banks become certainly very bullish about this technology and Bitcoin itself. Next up, which were exactly the central banks involved? We had Egypt, Nigeria, Jordan, Senegal, Republic Dominica, Mauritania, Congo, Armenia, Bangladesh, Mozambique, Morocco, Sierra Leone, Zambia, Lesotho, Libya, Sudan, Mongolia, Zambia, Palestine, and Malawi. So there were a lot of big countries there. They were trying to seek some kind of big opportunities, and certainly if they do get this into their systems, I'm sure the people are gonna love all what's gonna be changing in their country. Next up, Elon Musk, the famous man himself, says US is probably in a recession that will get worse. Musk says that inflation has resulted from government printing. So he's kind of blaming the government, not really happy with the Biden administration, has even compared them with Trump's administration. And well, that's his opinion. And well, things do look pretty bad right now in the States. Next up, Fed, William, we are starting to see some impact of inflation on spending behavior. 50 BPS hikes makes sense at the upcoming meetings. That is a headline to have. Things are certainly looking very inflationary out there. Last, we're going to be discussing what Duokan has said. So he says Terra is more than USD. It has been inspiring to partake in the dynamic discourse regarding the best next steps for Terra. taking feedback from the community and thoughtful proposals, I would like to suggest the following for the path forward. So that's where you can actually look into the revival plan. Then there's going to be a bigger community. USD holders, Terra builders make it extremely difficult and unlikely to achieve consensus on a cohesive congruent plan. So that's, we can see that there's a lot of people making all sorts of opinions right now in the market. The child chain as it currently exists should be forked into a new chain without algorithmic stablecoin called Terra, token Luna, and the old chain we call Terra Classic, token Luna Classic. Both chains will coexist. So that's something we were kind of guessing probably is going to happen. That's the only solution that I thought would be more likely to happen right now in a market like this, where there's so much FUD and they are getting so much hate that even his house, somebody just got into house as well in the last 24 hours because he lost about $2.3 million and just straight up went into his house. Terra community is a family. I will always be there no matter how hard it gets. Let's build it back again together. So he's certainly getting very scared right now, considering what has happened in the market, what has happened with this coin. Certainly very bad. There's not much he could do about it either. It just happens. Failure does happen, but that doesn't mean that's the end of the road. Things certainly can change from there onwards if you work together like he suggested. Next up, get into the BTC's bullish and bearish chart. Something important that's going to be happening here for sure. If we get into the chart, we are seeing that the market overall, we do have a very good signal on the daily. We are waiting to see a MACD convergence happening. We need to have a retest, obviously, which is now our resistance of our bearish case scenario 1. So if we zoom in and see our bearish case scenario 1, that would be likely to be in the regions of 33,500. So if we do get into those levels and face some kind of resistance, will be very interesting to see. Similar resistance is coming in play right now on ETH as well, but ETH is just trading in that range. So overall, it's okay. We are seeing some kind of momentum to be coming in the market. We really needed that bounce, or at least make good lower high on the daily and weekly. For past 7 weeks, we've just been dumping and things aren't exactly how we would want in this market. So certainly things are looking bullish on the short term, but my targets still remain very far away, which is going to be another massive liquidation wave coming into the market. As soon as we make an upside, looks likely that we're gonna dump down. So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you liked today's video. If you do, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and share your thoughts in the comment section. See you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye.